All right, in this video, we're going to take a look at buttons, okay? So we have quite a bit of options when it comes to buttons. Right here, I'll go to where it says start here, and it says standard button. In the 2-3 buttons icons HTML file, you'll see I have it loaded here under this menu item. And what I'm going to do is add to this button tag a class of just BTN. Okay, so let's save that. Now this is what basically a standard materialized button looks like, and we can add this to a button as well as a link tag. So we can say class button here as well, and it'll basically look the same. Okay. Now we also have a cool waves effect with materialize. So if we were to give this a class, I can't type. So a class of BTN, and then we can do waves dash effect, and we're going to say waves dash light, and let's save that. And now if I go to a regular button and I click, you'll see that nothing really happens. If I click the waves, you can see the little effect that it gives us. Okay, and we can do this on a button or a link. So if I just grab this class and put it on this link, you'll see it does the same thing. All right, now we also can add different colors to these waves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a class of white, okay, for this button here, for all of these buttons. We also need the BTN class, which gives it all its padding and stuff. And then let's make the text, we'll say red dash text. Okay, so this is all stuff that we've already learned, all the color stuff. And then I'm also going to say waves dash effect, and then let's say waves dash red. Okay, so now if I go to this button and I click, you'll see that we get the red wave. All right, now just to make this a little shorter, let's go ahead and just paste this in. What is it, 4? So we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll just change up the colors. So we'll say, let's do teal, and then we'll change the waves to waves dash teal. And your text doesn't have to match the color, but I think it looks nice when it does. Let's do green, and we'll say green text. And then for this one, let's do, you know what, let's do gray text, but we'll do a yellow wave. And then for this last one, let's do purple. So we'll say purple text, and let's say waves dash purple, and we'll save. And now each one that I click, you can see that it has a different color wave effect. So that's pretty cool. Now we can also have icons. Remember I told you there's a material icons library. You do have to include it. You can see up here in the head, I'm including it. What I've also done in this file is included the Font Awesome CDN, which is another icon library, because I want to show you that you can use those as well if you prefer. Font Awesome does have a lot more choices than the material icons. All right, so let's go right here, and let's see, to add an icon, we're going to use an I tag, and we're going to give it a class of material dash icons. So this is how it works. Every icon gets a class of material icons, and then the specific icon you want, you put that in here, the identifier. So let's say I want a shopping cart icon. I'll say shopping underscore cart and save, and it gives me that icon. And if you want to check all of these out, I forget the exact URL, but we'll say material icons. And yeah, it's material.io/icons. And down here, you'll see all of the different things that you can add. So let's look for shopping cart. Let's see, where is it? Should be here, right here. So if I click shopping cart and icon font, right here, it shows us how to use it. I class material icons and then shopping underscore cart. So you can check this site if you want to check out the different icons that are available. Now what I'll do is let's copy a couple of these down. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 more. And to do that, I'm just doing Shift Alt or Shift Option and down. Okay, so let's do settings, and let's do a search icon and a stars icon. Okay, so if we save that, we get a bunch of different icons, and if we want to change the color, that's simple. We just add text colors. So red dash text. Technically these are fonts, so we want to use the text colors. We'll say blue dash text and save, and now you can see that those two icons have different colors. We can also change the sizes. So what I'll do is let's say iClass material icons, just using Emmet here. And then let's just take the done icon, which is basically a check mark. You can see right here. And I'm going to just copy this down 4 times. And this one here, I'm also going to give a class of large. And for this one, I'll give a class of medium. This one will be small. And this one will be tiny. Okay, so let's save that, and you can see we can have different sizes of icons using these different classes. Now, what if we want to have a button with icons? So for that, we'll go down here to button with material icon, and let's add inside the A tag, and this could be just as well a button, but we're using an A tag here. Let's give it a BTN, and we'll even give it a waves effect and say waves dash light. And inside here, next to the buy now text, we're going to put in an I tag, give it a class of material dash icons. And inside here, let's use the shopping cart icon. All right, we'll just put a little space here, and let's save, and now you can see we have a button with an icon. Now, to make this a little more aligned, what we can do is we can add in a class with material icons of left and save, and now you can see it's aligned nicely. And we can do the same thing with a right aligned icon. So if I were to copy this, and we'll just replace this one, and we'll go ahead and just change it to right here and save. Now the icon is on the right. And then just to show you, we can use Font Awesome icons. I'll copy this A tag, and instead of doing it like this, we'll use the Font Awesome method, which doesn't have anything inside the I element. We just need to add a special class of FA for Font Awesome, and then whatever icon we want, which we want FA dash shopping dash cart, and then we'll put it on the left, and we'll save, and there we go. You can see it looks slightly different because this is a Font Awesome icon. All right, and you can go to, I think it's fontawesome.io, and you can see all the different icons they have. All right, so we can have different colored buttons. So if we just go ahead and add a class of BTN, and we could add, for instance, red and save, we get a red button. We could do BTN, and let's do purple. You're not limited to any colors. You can use any of the colors that are available. So if we wanted to do like teal, we could do that. If we wanted to do black, or let's do amber, and save, and we get all these nice looking colored buttons. Okay, and the last two things I want to show you are large buttons and disabled buttons. So we'll add a class of BTN, and actually we don't even need just the BTN. We can just do BTN large and save, and we get a large button. Now, some frameworks like Bootstrap, you'd have to do both, the BTN and then I think it's BTN LG or something like that. But in Materialize, we just need the one BTN large. Now, for a button to be disabled, we'll just give it a BTN class. We'll make this one large as well. Should be in a class. So we'll just do BTN large, and then we'll add a class of disabled and save. And now that button's disabled, so I can't click on it or anything. All right, so that's going to be it, guys. In the next video, we're still going to look at buttons, but we're going to look at the floating buttons, which are one of the coolest elements in Materialize.